I'm going to show you a web resource called Archimedean 1.0 that I use with my students to discover Platonic and Archimedean solids while studying geometry. I always ask them to type in Archimedean 1.0 into the Google search bar, and the first link that usually comes up is Welcome to Archimedean 1.0. And this little applet shows up, and with this applet you can create all of the Archimedean and Platonic solids. I always start off with Platonic solids and give them the history of Plato, and start off with a cube. I ask them to think about a cube, and at each vertex on a cube, how many faces meet, and what are those faces? They always come up with 3 squares meet at each vertex. So to make a cube on Archimedean 1.0, you'll click 3 squares in a row. 1, 2, 3. And you'll notice that up here there's a 4, 4, 4. That means at each vertex there will be 3 4-sided squares. Then I'm going to click Create. And a cube is created. Okay? We talk about this as a Platonic solid because each face is the same. Every single face on this 6-sided figure is a square. And then we click New. We talk about whether they know any other Platonic solids, and usually a tetrahedron comes up. And at each vertex on a tetrahedron there is 3 triangles. So we click 1, 2, 3, represented up here. And then we press Create, and here you'll see a tetrahedron. All right. The students also, having read the Phantom Toll Booth, are familiar with a dodecahedron. A dodecahedron is a 12-sided figure made of pentagons. So at each vertex on a dodecahedron there is 3 pentagons. And this is what a dodecahedron looks like. Okay. Then we talk about what an Archimedean solid is. Many of them are not as familiar with an Archimedean solid. However, they are familiar with a truncated icosahedron, also known as a soccer ball. And we look at a soccer ball and determine that at each vertex on a soccer ball there are 2 hexagons and 1 pentagon. When you press Create, it creates a soccer ball. Okay. And it's with the soccer ball that I like to show them how you can, I teach them the word truncate, where they're truncating the corners. Okay. I show them the Analyze tool, where they can see how many corners, sides, edges. It helps reinforce the vocabulary that we talk in class. And these other options such as fill, draw, changing the color, etc. I like to teach them what a dual is. And the dual is each center of a shape each of these vertexes would fit into the center of a hexagon or a pentagon. So the center of each face would then turn into a vertex. It's much more complicated than that, but that's an introduction. All right, and then you can create another one, and this is where I let the students just explore. They often stumble upon illegal parameters when they find a shape that does not exist. Let's try this. Let's see if this creates something. Nope. How about, nope. So if they're stuck, then they can go to a predefined solid. And all of these predefined solids are divided into the Platonic solids and Archimedean solids. And they immediately are drawn to these long strings of syllables, like the great rhombi cuboctahedron, and they click on it, and they can explore it. They can do things such as take it apart and build it one piece by each piece. They can analyze it. They can just draw it or fill it. They can find the dual, show dual. So this is the dual of the great rhombi cuboctahedron. So this is just an introduction to Archimedean 1.0 and what it can do to help supplement your study of geometry in your classroom. The kids always love this website and love to show it to their parents. And it really reinforces the vocabulary that we use to study geometry in class.